Well, hi everyone. Welcome to the New England Racing Show, Manchester, New Hampshire, Channel 23. And we're also on YouTube, and like us on Facebook, and you'll get the show on your Facebook page every week. Well, we went to Bear Ridge about a little over a week ago and shot quite a bit of tape on the features. So last week we showed the midgets, the coupes, and the late models, and this week we're going to show the modifieds and the sprint cars. So let's get right to it. Both features were really exciting and dusty. Had to go up top to tape this because I guess the aerodynamics of these modifieds, if you're standing down, well, we like to stand in turn 4 where they come out, you just can't see anything. And already, just like the midgets, a lot of traffic and a little jam up there in the corner. They had 25 cars starting, so it's understandable that something like this happens. And there's the 5-car, Gary Siemens, out front. The X car, Brian King in second. Look at that, 3 wide around the corner, a little quarter-mile track. That's unbelievable. These guys, they have 602 crate engines, which is a Chevy 350 with steel heads. I forget if they run a 2 or 4 barrel. But being all equal, it just makes for great racing. And it's not follow the leader either. It's 2-3 wide, passing. You see cars come from mid-pack to win. This was double points championship night, which meant that everyone was out for blood, so to speak. This probably explains why there were so many spin-outs, because nobody's given an inch. Good battle there for, I think it's 3rd place. Just get a little high and you can lose your momentum and lose a lot of positions too. There's another yellow. Somebody up against the wall. The 00 of Jason Gray, 2nd in points. In 3rd place, I think that's the 1X TC Forward. Fighting it out with the X car of Brian King for 2nd. Brian hangs on. Oh no, it's he doesn't. It's TC takes over 2nd. Brian's 3rd. Gary Siemens still out front. Okay, that's a 42, Robert Tucker. Or there's two 42s, Josh Courier, Robert Tucker. I'm not sure which one. I'll try to pick out numbers for you. It's so difficult with all the dust here. Found it interesting the way they have the front row is just one car. So number 10, Derek Graham, he's 4th in points. Or was. I don't know how this will affect it. Not too good, I'm sure. It's the same front three. Another yellow. It was a long night there. It didn't seem like it, but it got out at midnight. I think part of it was they had that bike giveaway, lasted about an hour. But it was a crowd pleaser, so that's okay. And it's great that the teams kick in to do that. Each bike had a tag on it with what team donated for it. So each team made a fan. I remember Peter Fiandaca in the old days at Hudson and Star and Lee. He would, if he won a race, he'd invite all the kids in the grandstands to come down. You'd have 30, 40 kids in the Victory Lane picture. And Peter was really a crowd favorite. Seems like he always had a different car every year. Modified, pro stock, whatever. He raced all of them. He was the traveling man. I'll have to do a Where Are They Now segment. Used to go to Star Speedway and watch the greats there, Bobby Gahan, Mike Murphy, who passed away a little while ago, unfortunately. Mike Whedon. A good battle. The first three cars. Four now. I don't know if that's still the 42 up there. Another yellow. You don't usually see this many yellows, but I think it's double points night has a lot to do with it. '26 car is a 28 car, Bob Shepard. I don't see a 26 here. Good battle for fourth. 4 cars. Good battles throughout the whole field, really. That's what makes Bear Ridge so special. This was Saturday night of Cup weekend up at New Hampshire Speedway. And I had a choice of going to see the modifieds, trucks, and ACT tour at New Hampshire Speedway or going to Bear Ridge. So that was a no-brainer. And the X-Car, Brian King, taking over the lead. Gary Siemens fighting back. Losing a little bit of momentum on the outside. Here he comes again. A little too high. He does pretty well on the back stretch. And just keep it down a little lower, Gary. Brian's hanging in there too on the inside, which isn't that easy to do. I mean, where do you see racing like this? You just don't. Not on asphalt, anyway. It's just a white flag, I believe. Sometimes they all look black. They get so dirty. Okay, Gary's giving it one more shot on the outside, and he takes it. Unbelievable. They said it was like, I'd say it was like 2 feet. I'm not going to say so many seconds because that doesn't mean anything. But he won by a couple of feet with that good move on the outside, and he made it stick, which is pretty good. And Brian King in the X was second. TC Forward, third, the 1X. And here's our sprint car feature. We followed them at Legion Speedway too a few weeks ago. To me, this is like watching World of Outlaws. It's just such a good division to watch. And then you think, like at Legion, that it was a 28 car was taken off. Well, same thing. They bunched up and somebody spun. There's a 73, the white car at Jake Williams. And back in turn 2, somebody flipped. The 83, Tim Martin. Well, hopefully there's not too much damage. Usually it's a wing and maybe an axle at the most. But the good thing about having the wing when you flip, it gives you a cushion. Not like USAC wingless midgets where you can get really hurt. If you hit the outside wall cage first or something. It's not a good thing. I believe that's the 28. Yep, Rick Martell. And he took off at Legion, and I thought he was going to end up lapping the field, but he got caught up with a lap car that spun, and he had nowhere to go and had to come to a stop, which put him at the rear, even though he didn't hit anything. So it's bad luck for him. But he's out front. And is that the orange 7 of Dan Duville, who always manages to get to the front no matter where you start him. Dan thinks I'm following him around. It seems like everywhere I go he's racing. But we like to follow him, SCONE especially. And there's the 17, Chris Donnelly. Another of the front runners. Of course, the 58, Clay Dowd, is another one. There's about 5 of them that just run up front all the time. You know, you got Dan Duville, Luke Greenwood, the 89, Chris Donnelly, Clay Dow, Kevin Chafee, Will Hull. They just managed to get to the front. There's Chris Donnelly's car. I think it's the best looking car in the whole division. First time I went to Bear Ridge, I saw that car. I says, I hope it goes as fast as it looks, and it did. There's Dan Duville. Yellow. That is 24. That's the 89. Not Luke Greenwood. That's somebody else. So after 12 laps, Dan is out front. And that's not good news for anybody else. I don't think I've ever seen him get passed. I'm sure he has, but we saw him flip last year on a restart. He caught somebody's wheel and went end over end off turn 2 and destroyed the car. Which gives you a good excuse to build a new one, right? He didn't like that car anyway. Well, I guess the 89, that is Luke Greenwood out there in second. I think he was just coming, he didn't come to a stop because he didn't cause the yellow. I think he was just cruising around there. And the car that was facing backwards, I believe, was Super Dave Sanborn, who races a small block Super at Lee Speedway with us, trying his hand at dirt racing. He said it's a whole different ball game. There's Dan passing the 21 car of Patrick Smith, lapping him. Now going after the 23 car of Christine Bosch. And that's Luke Greenwood and Clay Dow in third. Chris Donnelly right behind Clay. They're all getting a lap car, getting around them. So the chase is on. Can anyone catch Dan? It's going to be difficult if he's not stuck in traffic. Luke Greenwood's giving it a shot. They need a restart. Two laps to go, and Chris Donnelly is trying to chase down Clay Dow. White flag. 2 to go. Side by side. White flag now. Clay almost got him on the outside. Clay goes a little high, and Chris takes it. Third place. Kevin Chafee right up there. So, that was pretty exciting. Dan Duval takes first. Luke Greenwood second in the 89. Chris Donnelly just got third at the checkered flag over Clay Dow. Kevin Chafee fifth. Will Hull sixth. Troy Como seventh in the 18. Jake Williams in the 73 came back from a spin to finish eighth. Tyler Austin, who's just starting out in the sprint cars is ninth, which is a great finish for him. I believe that's where he finished up in Legion a couple of weeks ago in his second time out in a car, so he's doing really well. And Lacey Hanson, the 33 car, was 10th. As we reported here, Lacey's dad, Dean, is taking over the promotership of Legion Speedway next year. So we wish him luck, and we'll be up there to see how that goes. Okay, I got a call from John Lewinsky Lowe. He used to race quarter midgets with us at Little Thompson Speedway 11, 12 years ago. And he's going to be racing in an ARCA race at Kansas Speedway, 1.5 mile asphalt track. And that'll be this Friday night, 8:30 p.m., and it's going to be live on Fox Sports 2, which is a premium channel. I don't get that, but he said just check with some of the bars and see if they're going to be showing that, because there's no baseball games, there's no college or pro football games, so maybe they'll show it. So that's Friday night, October 3rd, 8:30 p.m., Fox Sports 2. And he's racing the 09 Ford Fusion AutoGo sponsorship for BCR Motorsports. And we asked him about the car. It's got a cup. It's actually an old Cup car in the ARCA series before Cups went to the Car of Tomorrow, and it's a car that Carl Edwards drove. 840 horsepower at the rear wheels, and they're almost as fast as the Cup cars. So I asked him, how fast you going? And he said, about 190 plus. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I remember when we raced quarter midgets at Little Thompson Speedway, we're going like 35 miles an hour, and Johnny's mom was saying how she hated racing, and she can't wait till quarter midgets are over, and he's never going to race again. And look at him now doing ARCA at 190 plus. It's just unbelievable. He started his racing career doing quarter midgets. Then he went to street stocks, Thompson Modifieds, Thompson Speedway in Connecticut, late models last year, and now he's doing ARCA. So he's moving down to North Carolina to pursue his dream, and we'll talk to him after the race and give you an update next week on how things are going. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you all next week.